Myself is Dr. Nitin Rathi. I am working as a senior pulmonologist in the Department of Respiratory Medicine, Dharamshila Narayana Superspeciality Hospital, Vasundhara Enclave since last 1 year. Dear friends, today we talk about obstructive sleep apnea. When a patient snores in the night and that leads to compromise in the health, that is called obstructive sleep apnea. As the word depicts, obstructive means blockage, sleep when you are sleeping in the night, apnea it is the blockage of the breath. When you are sleeping, there is blockage in the breath which leads to your oxygen level down, that is called obstructive sleep apnea. Basically physiology is this, there is a structure that is called vocal cord. The structures above the vocal cords is called upper respiratory tract, and structure below the vocal cords called lower respiratory tract. In this, the pathophysiology remain in the upper respiratory tract. When due to any cause there is blockage in the upper airways, the oxygen does not go into the lower respiratory tracts, that leads to lowers down the oxygen level. In this, life partner complains his husband or wife snore in the night. He or she slept restless night. He wakes up in the middle of the night with sweating and palpitations, and he has to urinate in frequent time in the night. In the daytime he is always sleepy. He is sleepy when he is driving. There is anxiety, agitation, less concentration in the work, and it leads to systemic effects also. It deregulate sugar control. Blood pressure control is not good. It leads to increased chances of acute heart failure and stroke also. How can we diagnose it? In this, we have to take a detailed history of the patient, and patient depicts the same symptoms as I discussed with you. We have to do sleep study while the patient is sleeping in the night. In this, we have to set up a sleep lab in the home or in the hospital. We do sleep study in two parts. One is diagnostic and second is therapeutic. In diagnostic part, there are 12 leads we put into the patient's body, and we have to monitor the 12 parameters, just like oxygen level, eye movement, chin movement, leg movements and heart rate, and we have to see what is the sleeping pattern and how these parameters is going to vary it. And when we confirm that patient is having obstructive sleep apnea, then we do the diagnostic part. We have to put PAP therapy, just like CPAP machine, and in the later part of the night we see how much the improvement is there. Once we diagnose there is obstructive sleep apnea, then we come to management. First of all, management is the lifestyle modification. We have to take lots of water, green vegetable and lots of fruits. We have to maintain sleep hygiene. We have to quit smoking, alcohol if we are taking. We have to reduce tensions, and we do regular meditation, yoga and rehabilitation, and we have to use BiPAP and CPAP therapy according to our obstructive sleep apnea. If the patient is so much apprehensive to put a device in the night, there are certain other therapies also, just like mandibular advancement device. We have to put a device in the mouth while we are sleeping, but it can cause extra saliva production and the jaw pain. If patient is not going to make out this, we have to do some surgeries also, and surgery done by ENT surgeon, they are difficult surgeries. This is the how we can manage obstructive sleep apnea. Basically it is a lifestyle disease, it is in a metabolic syndrome, it is a systemic disease. It deregulates our other body parts, it deregulates our diabetes and hypertension, and we have to properly identify it, and it can be cured and managed easily. Thank you.